Hi there, my name is Ashley Karp, and if you would like to learn more about the two plays I'm directing, Cheater and Mayhem of the Music Meister, a post-COVID parody play, watch this video here. I started in theater very young, but I really got my footing in theater when I was in high school. In middle school, actually, I have to say that too. So I did a lot of stuff for the industry when I was a kid, but it was mostly in front of a camera. There's something about theater, though, that man, the vibrancy and the life that comes out of theater is so different and so unique and so beautiful. It's just almost non-comparable to the stuff you do in front of a camera. Everything's, very focused and closed in, whereas theater, every performance is different and it's meant to be off the cuff and in the moment. And that's the beauty for theater to me. So started when I was middle high school when I really started playing around in it. And then a couple of years ago, my friend got me into a Fringe play. We were both extras, kind of like those little filler roles. And it was an absolute blast. And what made it an absolute blast was the people that we were in the cast with. It was this community that just, man, it had so much love and passion for the craft. And that was the best part about it. So Fringe Festival actually was the festival that got me back into doing theater. Same year I did Fringe Festival, I directed a page for the, not a page, I directed a short for Short and Sweet Film Festival, which is also kind of in the same vein. They do a lot of live theater, and it was the same year. So I guess, I don't know, something bit me a couple years ago with live theater again. But Fringe Festival was the one that started it. So directing, man, okay. I've always loved movies. Movies have been my escape since I was a kid. And I just was enraptured by the art and the cinematography and how like one frame could tell a full story. And that was my heart and soul. And the movie that started it was Wizard of Oz for me. Just after that, just everything blew up. So I knew I loved directing very young, didn't know what to do with it. I really just continued the little acting thing as a kid, and then I stopped for a good while until I was back in grade school, middle and high school, when I was able to play again in theater. But I went to New York Film Academy for acting, and I got my associate's degree through that. But while I was in school, I realized I kind of like directing a little bit more. So I was in this boat of, I'm in this program for acting, but I think this is where my heart is. But I didn't change programs or anything. I just kind of, watched like a hawk all of the people that I was working with, like, ooh, how'd you get that shot? Let's see how that worked out. And that's where my passion really started to ignite. Until a couple of years after that, I was gifted a camera, and then I shot my first documentary short, which then blew up to a bunch of other things. So that love for directing was kind of like a slow blooming flower that over time I've now realized, like, yeah, this is my heart and soul. Writing has been in the same vein where I love writing. I'll write all the time, and it's always like just pull out a notebook that's random and just start jotting things down. And that's enveloped into full-length stories and songwriting, which I, haven't really released anything yet, and that's for a good reason, because I'm a perfectionist. as a writer and as a director, it's like the one thing, it's like you just gotta let your perfections become imperfections. But it's been a blast. Writing has turned into its own passion, and that's pretty recent. That's a couple of years now, but making these stories into what they are, it's pretty incredible. And it's the people that you hang around that really make your stories, it might seem a little crazy, the ones that believe in your stories and the ones that actually want to play and create with you. That's what makes it worth it. So the theater experience it's so unique. Watching your work and watching your words being said by anybody else is always this crazy, beautiful moment, because it's out of your hands and it's into the artist's hands, and it's what they do with it that brings that story to life. And Andrew Cervantes, who wrote Cheater, I feel like he would be a really cool one to talk about this too, because he says it's unreal. That's the best way to put it. It's like you just let it go, and then you let others play with it. And there's half of Mayhem's dialogue is my own writing, and it's always so crazy to watch people say what you wrote and use it in their own language, which is a beautiful thing. And then on the opposite side, acting people's words there's something about it. It's that instant connection that you make to whatever dialogue is there that's so personal to yourself. That's what makes artistry so broad and so beautiful, is there's no right way to do something. And there's an infinite amount of possibilities that go with creation. So I don't know, I think both sides have their own creativeness that's so exciting and so unique and so beautiful that it's a pleasure to be on both ends of it. I really love it. I first heard about the Hollywood Fringe Festival a couple of years ago. My really good friend, Grant Patricio, he had a production that he was in that an actor actually fell through, and they needed a co-actor for him, and he hit me up. It was just odd because I actually hadn't acted in a hot minute when he asked me to be a part of it. But the production was so much fun, and it was my first time back in theater in years. I think it was like 6 or 7 years at that point. So it's like, ooh, this is gonna be a lot of fun. And when it's with a friend, that's when it's even better. So it was a fantastic time. And that's what kind of got me in the Fringe Festival circuit, which also led to other festival circuits as well. I wanted to put both of these productions in Fringe for the reason of just creating. There are broader terms to that too, because the musical aspect of what I put into this festival, I'm working on something else. So this was more like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to throw things at a wall and see where they stick. And so Mayhem of the Music Meister is that. But how we got into this festival is actually really cool. So Andrew Cervantes, who's the writer of Cheater, he brought me on as the director for that, the co-director for that project. So I already was on a Fringe Festival project, and he got the scholarship award for that project, which was awesome. And he messaged me, he said, hey, they're giving out grants this year as well. You should maybe put something up as well. And I love cartoons. I love animation. And I had watched recently the episode from Batman's The Brave and the Bold, and it was the Mayhem of the Music Meister. It was a fully musical episode. And the first time I had seen it was a couple weeks ago. And I said, this needs to be up on a stage. This is such a fun project. Like, if I can put this in and it gets picked up as a grant, then I'm doing it. And that is what happened. It was a random lottery, got picked. So I basically had the funding available to put this up for Hollywood Fringe this year, which is incredible. So very grateful for that. And we're both are very blessed to be able to put these up with some financial help. So that's how they came to be. I first found out about Theater Asylum when we started registering for Fringe Festival this year. They give you a full list of theaters that are available to do your production at. And I messaged Theater Asylum because it was two reasons. First, I heard really good things about them. And their name is Asylum, which is a Batman thing. So I wanted to go with the theme. That's kind of the reason, actually. It's like, ooh, the name kind of matches. That'd be cool. But I also, again, I had heard great things about Theater Asylum based on a couple years ago when I was in Fringe as well. I heard about Theater Asylum. So they were a good choice to go with. The idea for Mayhem of the Music Meister came from the animated episode. It is in their first season. It's in Batman's Brave and the Bold. Came out about 2008. And first of all, that series is just a good bit of fun. It's very much akin to the classic animated Batman, which is really, really cool. That episode just stood out to me. I don't know. It was like, oh, this would be a lot of fun with the right people. And if we could do this, this would be just spectacular. So I knew I wanted to work on that from the get. Then it was incorporating all the stuff that we went through the past year and change, and we're still going through, which is so much fun. I wanted to put things in there that made people laugh and have a good time. And that's been the whole shtick of my production with all of my cast. Like, I just want to do a production that's fun. I don't want to, like, you know, make it stressful or hard or anything that's too complicated. It's just meant to be a good time. So that's where Mayhem kind of, you know, started one way and it's enveloped into what it has, which is it's just a darn good time, and people are laughing and having fun, and that's for both my cast and people that are watching. So it makes it worth it. Let's put it that way. It's a blast. The main story of Mayhem of the Music Meister. So Music Meister's a bad dude. He controls people with his hypnotic vocal waves, and he is trying to set off this rocket to destroy the earth, and it's not a good time. But who's there to save the day? All our superheroes that we know and love. We got Batman, we got Black Canary, Green Arrow, and Aquaman. They step in to save the day, but the Music Meister and his evil orchestrations take over, and he starts controlling the superheroes with his sound waves. So Batman, of course, one step ahead of the game, knows how to control the situation, but he gets into his own little tips with the Music Meister. So that's the base of everything. But you have to tune in to find out. You gotta come see the play. You gotta know what happens. The full team attached to Mayhem of the Music Meister, I can't sing their praises enough. No bad pun intended. But they are absolutely incredible. Maybe this is like a director talking, but like, I have the best cast in the world. The cast they have for Mayhem, they're so dedicated and passionate about what they do, and they're doing it pro bono. They're not getting paid anything, and we're, you know, pulling all these costumes together from Goodwill to what everybody else has in their own closets, and it's been an absolute blast. They have Frank Pacheco as Batman, and Frank, what a wonder he is. We call him the sewing Batman because he sews everything. It's amazing. So our backdrop was sewn by Batman, and he does little masks for the people coming in, and he sewed Clock King's cape, and he's just the handiest Batman known to mankind. So it doesn't have to use a utility belt. He actually uses like a Singer machine, which is great. So we got Batman doing that, and the rest of my cast is, God, they're fantastic. Black Canary is Chanel Darlene, voice of 1,000 voices. Girl can sing the phone book backwards and it would sound incredible. Then we got Emil Carr playing Music Meister, and again, he's brilliant too. And then all of my other players, and Michael Felder, Blake McCormick, Grant Patricio, Tim Glancy, and Casey Suda. They're all playing the superheroes or the villains that are involved. And Lucian Hawk, who was an added bonus. He's playing Scarecrow, who wasn't even in the episode, but he's a great sport about it. And he has a lot of fun doing it as well. So yeah, I have a brilliant cast, and they're just gorgeous in every way. I adore them. What I want the audience to get out of the play, man, I just want us to have fun. I think we've been through enough stuff and enough beautiful things that are happening in the world that we genuinely just need to laugh and enjoy our time. And the whole purpose of Mayhem is for people to just have fun and enjoy and sing along if they want, and just enjoy the ambiance of people that are genuinely just there to have a good time. Like, we're all there to enjoy each other's company and live in a happier space, even if it's just for half an hour. So that's what we're doing. People should come to our plays at the Hollywood Fringe Festival, because Mayhem is just that. It's mayhem, but in the best way possible. You're going to laugh. You're going to have fun. If you love superheroes, then you're in a good spot. If you like to make fun of superheroes, it's even better. The play doesn't take itself seriously. That's the best part about it. We're just all there to have a good time. and to have fun. So come have fun with us. Mayhem is a direct connection of my heart, and I have had such a blast creating this with amazing creatives, and it has been such an experience that I wouldn't trade for the world. I'm very happy and very excited that it's actually up at the Hollywood Fringe Festival this year. So speaking of Mayhem of the Music Meister, a post-COVID parody play, we also have another play that actually starts out before Mayhem. It's called Cheater, and I'll tell you more about it right now. I first heard about the play Cheater from my really good friend, Andrew Cervantes. Andrew Cervantes and I have worked on numerous projects together, and as a playwright that I just adore working with. I think his writing is so powerful, so unique. It has the mix of heart and soul and the stuff that's going to make you cry and then the stuff that makes you laugh. He's got everything sprinkled in perfectly. And he reached out to me a couple months ago and told me about his play Cheater. He sent me the script. I absolutely loved it. And he said, hey, would you like to work with me and co-direct this project? And I said, absolutely. Not even a question. It's one of those writers, I don't even have to read the script. I'm just like, yes. But I absolutely fell in love with the script. It's very beautifully done. And Andrew's awesome. Cheater is a beautiful love story with a demonic twist. It's the best way to put it. So you have these beautiful characters. Pablito has been dating Miggy for 3 years. It's their 3-year anniversary. And Pablito comes in to discover a gentleman named Martin is also in his boyfriend's apartment at the exact same time he brings a gift to him for his 3-year anniversary. So things go a little awry, and it's not so fun, but might be more fun than than they were expecting. The actors in Cheater are phenomenal. I can't sing the highest praises enough about them. The one who plays Pablito is Blake McCormick. Blake is also in Mayhem of the Music Meister. He decided to do two plays at once, and he's a brilliant performer, incredibly talented, and so dedicated. It's a pleasure to work with him. And then we're going into Miggy, who also transforms into something else, which we'll leave that for the viewer. Lance Guzman is remarkable. He's one of those performers that you throw anything at him and he takes it, and the ball rolls with him, and the power's in his court, and he's a pleasure to watch and to work with. And then we have Martine, who is played by Philip Hurt, and Philip, adore Philip. Philip is beautiful in every way, gives this character Martine such a soul and such a vibrancy, and it almost makes it a little hard to like kind of hate him, because you want to. You really do, but he's a brilliant performer in his own right. So all 3 actors of Cheater are just stunning. What I would like the audience to get out of Cheater is that kind of play that really personifies you don't need to be perfect in order to love somebody and to truly love somebody for who they are. There's the misconception with love that it's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be perfect, and if it's not perfect, then you have to leave. And that's not the case with real love. Real love, it's meant to have imperfections, and it's meant to be just as beautiful than the stuff that is sunshine and rainbows. And to live through that is the best thing. It's almost better than the perfect Hallmark stuff. So yeah, that would be what I would think people should take away from it. I think people should go see Cheater because it's a play that really gives you all the feelings that a good production gives you. It's the kind of play that makes you think, makes you laugh, because of the absurdity of it all. It makes you cry because of the tender moments that, love brings out. And it brings the truth of a relationship to light. And it doesn't matter, where you're at in the relationship. It's the beauty of love in all its facets. So I think people should come see it, because I think it's a tender piece that has so many different levels of emotion, and it'll make you feel all of them. What do I enjoy when the performances are happening? A lot. So I'm one of those directors that I have to sit in the very back, because I am reacting to everything. I'm very reactive, and the whole thing is like this, like, I get like very anxious and nervous, but it's like the best kind of anxious and nervous feelings. It's like a bottlement of excitement. I watching everybody else perform, and it gives me the biggest joy to see them having so much fun. So that, for me, that's just a base joy that I get regardless of what I'm watching, or like things that I've created and then watching, the people play back. It's a mixture for me this year of that, and then just, I don't know, man. I think it's because we've been so locked up for so long, being in the space with people that are also enjoying that same energy. It's this give and take, and it's such a, oh gosh, it's a gorgeous little thing that happens, and it's all because of live theater. So for me, it's like a mix of my own selfish, like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see my people doing awesome and having a great time. And then this collective energy of everybody's there and we're all supporting each other. It's incredible. It's incredible to be a part of. So that's what I'm getting out of Fringe this year. Well, people should go to Hollywood Fringe Festival because live theaters, it's just vivacious. There's something that you get out of live theater that you just don't get anywhere else. And it's this feeling of this beat that's so different. Everything's on its toes. You don't know what's going to happen next, because the actors sharing that space are also in that same boat. And that's what makes every performance so unique. You'll never get the same performance twice in theater. If you do, I mean, yeah, great. But usually you don't. Usually it's so unique, and it's meant to be that way. So seeing live theater is a different kind of pulse for entertainment. You get so much out of watching live actors over something on a TV screen that's planned and orchestrated and cut, edited in such a way that is perfect, at least to whoever's editing what they're doing. There's something about live theater that you are getting the unedited, raw, real truth of whatever performance is being done. And that is stunning. That's what makes it worth it. So go see live theater, go support live actors. The Hollywood Fringe Festival is so important because it gives creators a space to create, a safe, wonderful space where artists can co-collaborate and create outlets of expression that are safe and fun and unique and gorgeous in their own right. And communities need to help this, because that's what gives artists their pulse. Like, we all have day jobs. We all have things that we do to make the bread, to get what we need done. And for a lot of artists, productions and showcases like the Hollywood Fringe Festival give this space of community and love and support that everyone desperately needs. And we can all benefit from each other. We all support each other's productions too. Like, I've been out to see over 10 Fringe festivals, 10 Fringe Festival plays this year, thanks to live stream, which has been really awesome. There's something about the community that is connected to all of this that gives everybody else this like safe haven to be with each other and to co-create. And that's what makes it so magical. Local theaters are so important because that is what artists go to get out their expression of art. And, just like I was saying earlier, each production is so unique and so different. That's what local community theater does as well. Artists need an outlet to express their art. And it doesn't matter how that outlet is done. It's just an act of expression. And local community theaters give that outlet in such a facet that there is no other way that you would want to do it as a theater person. You have an opportunity to work through local community theater, you're going to do it, especially those that really love theater. And it's an important thing because we need community, especially right now. Now more than ever, we need community. We need each other. So to support these corporations and these communities that have local theater available, they're very important. If you like this conversation about Cheater and Mayhem of the Music Meister, a post-COVID parody play, you could see it this weekend, last showing for this month, August 28th, at the Asylum Theater Thymele Arts Building. It's going to be a lot of fun, and come have a lot of fun with us. Come check out the Mayhem.